Today we are looking at serious reference source and services. Serial and reference source and services. At the end of this topic, students should be able to know definition of serials, differentiate between serials and periodical, give example of two types of reference materials and describe reference source, and highlight and explain reference styles. The intellectual property rights on this topic will be taken from another topic. Serials are collection of journal, conference proceedings, magazine, newspaper, newsletter, bulletin, etc. Those serials that are published regular stated interval of less than a year, daily, monthly, quarterly, are called periodical. Example of a periodical journals, as I earlier said, include journals, magazine, and newspaper. Serials could be in print form or it could be in both print and electronic form. Serials are published by institution, learned society, publisher, and not governmental organization. And these serials publication usually have a title, volume, issue or number, date, and international standard serial number. The information in serials are original, current, and up to date. Serials are consulted only within the library and cannot be borrowed by library users. What they mean by it cannot be borrowed by library users, like serials now, cannot be taken away from the library. You are to consult some of those magazines, some of those newspapers, some of those conference proceedings, some of those journals. You are to consult them inside the library. You are not to take them away. I have said it before. I say example of serious a publication are journals, the magazine, conference proceedings, and the newspaper, newsline, diary. Also, diaries is also included here. What I mean, I know many of you will not know what is journal. I say journal. This periodical contain original research report or a recent development in a particular discipline. Like journal is something that somebody carry out. Like we are LIS, like Library and Information Science departments, that if I want to write any topic now, I will write based on my own discipline. That is library. Any journal that I'm going to write now, I cannot go and be writing a journal like for mathematics, but I only write a journal on my own field. So people that are studying library and information science, they cannot go to that serious section of the library and see the journal that are being written in the library. They cannot consult it for their own information. Like the magazine that we are reading. A magazine is a periodical which contain articles on different topics. These articles are usually conceived formally and not necessarily written by experts. The magazine are not always written by experts. People bring their own opinion. This one talk, this one talk, this one talk. They put it together in magazine, form of newspaper in magazine, and they publish it. And people begin to buy it. You will see that the write up there will be very short. It will not be too elaborate or too large like a journal. We have conference proceedings. This serious publication contain a proceedings record of a conference. Most time, the full text of the paper presented at the conference is published, even though not all conference publish proceedings. What they mean by conference proceedings is when you go for a conference, like during the orientation when you came in as a fresher, as a new student. After the orientation now, you will now go and write everything that you have been taught, everything that they presented in that conference. You will now go and put it in writing and publish it. Maybe you go abroad, you go to attend a conference, maybe a psychology conference came up in Germany or in any of the country, and you attended it, and when you come back, you will come and write a report and you publish it and become like a series. You now put it on the serious section of the library. That is what they mean by conference proceeding. Many of you might not know the language. Now, let us move over to newspaper. These are periodical which contain news of current events, advertisement, people's opinion, and other current issue. Newspaper, you know what is there. People opinion, different thing that is happening, what happened in the different places globally. They put it together and publish a newspaper, and it might not necessarily be published by expert again. And when we talk about diary or newsletter, these publications are smaller in size than a newspaper. They contain news on a particular organization or activities. Like newsletter now, in FOIE we have a bulletin that normally come out every month, and that is what they call newspaper. Is a very smaller is in size, and it is not as big as newspaper, so it's only contained and it's only peculiar to a particular organization. It cannot be what happened in other school, like Ekiti State University, cannot be published in our own newsletter. When we talk about diaries, diary is something written by handwriting, a little book that you normally carry around. Anything that happen, any event, whatever you want to do next, you use your hand and write, and you use your hand and write it on that on that diary, on the diary. Now, let us move over to reference source. Reference source are source which people refer to or consult for quick and specific information in the library. They say Gates 1994, as cited by an Ojodoku, 2007, describe the reference source as a source which is consulted for aid for information on a topic. Now, what they mean by this reference source, the reference source also cannot be borrowed by a library user. Reference source is a big book that you come to the library to come and consult for a quick information. Like maybe you are looking for a particular word, you are looking for the meaning in your discipline. Maybe in psychology or in economic or in statistics, there is a word a lecturer said in the class and you don't understand it. You come to that session, that reference source session. You will see a reference service, reference department. You will see it and you will go there and pick this one of these reference source that is related to your discipline, related to your course, that the course you are studying. That reference source that is related to your course, that is where you will go and consult it for your information. And the same we have types of reference source. They say there are two types of reference materials: directional reference material and non-directional reference material. Directional reference material, these are source direct users to where information can be obtained: bibliography, indexing, and abstracts. And this reference, directional reference material, to direct a user. Like you people, you are not librarian, you are not a researcher for now, you are just a new student. Well, how are you going to get this information? How am I going to do this? How am I going to get this? And this directional reference material will take you exactly where you will get it. How do you get it? You use the bibliography. You use what they call bibliography, the details of the author, then the index, and what they use to write those reference materials, what they use, abstract, you are going to use it to trace where that information can be obtained, not directional reference material. In this case, the required information is obtained directly from the source, e.g., directory, yearbook, encyclopedia, dictionary, handbook, map, and so on. This not directional. It is something that is like a big encyclopedia. When you go to the library, ask them, where can I get encyclopedia of psychology? They will take you there. They will point the place for you. Then from there, you will not see what I am explaining, because without you go for physical experiment, you can't understand what I am saying now. If you want to use the only the theory, go for physical experiment. Go to the library and say, I want to see what they call encyclopedia of your own discipline. Now your encyclopedia on your own discipline. Psychology have encyclopedia, they have dictionary. Economic have the dictionary. While social statistics, all these courses under the social science, they have their own dictionary. Maybe you don't know, go to the main library and they will show you the section and you will see the library there. I know most of you might have come to that place to check to see whether they have anything like that. We have what they call encyclopedia, we have what they call reference. All the reference materials are there. Now we go back to bibliography. Many of you might not know what the bibliography are. Bibliography and compile or publication work. What they said now is bibliography is a compilation of publication of different kind of work, different kind of what they call it, discipline, as I earlier said before. Indexing and abstracting, index and abstract and finding tools for tracing articles, books, or other information source. As I earlier mentioned, I don't want us to be wasting time because I've explained all those things before, like directional dictionary. I told you, dictionary is not a book that you will sit down and be reading, and it is being arranged alphabetical order, that you can check what the meaning of this, the meaning of that. And also encyclopedia is not a